All right, let me see. Are we recording? I believe we are. Okay. It's 3 o'clock. You're right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. My name is Phulip. I believe, I don't know whether you have been here before. Some of you have been to our previous class. But today we're going to take what we learned last week about 2-point perspective and 1-point perspective. We're going to take it a little bit further because 3-point perspective is something that is you don't really encounter, or you're not very much aware of it unless you're drawing from a very high place, usually. Okay, and part of being on a high place would be, I say, something like what you see in the picture behind me. Yeah, if you are on a very high building looking down, you're gonna be able to see perspective in 3 points. Okay, there are 35 of you at this point in time, and I can't read too much what you guys are typing. You can type. So you have questions, you have to ask. Yeah, I cannot read. Okay. As I said, we're gonna continue where we left off the last time. Yeah, which is 2-point and 1-point perspective. I'm gonna focus on this. Okay, you're not going to be looking at my face too much. As I said, most of the time you are going to be encountering 2-point perspective most of the time. Okay, let me see. Everybody is muted except those guys I cannot see. Okay. Where is my pen? All right. Last week we tried using pencil, but you guys can use pencil, yeah, because you're gonna be rubbing and erasing. Let me talk to you about 3-point perspective. Okay.
I'm using digital, by the way, just so you guys know. I'm using on Krita.
That's fine. What you're learning here is the concept of perspective. It works whether you're drawing on iPad, whether you're drawing on paper. What you're going to come away with today is an understanding of how we deal with perspective in your drawing, in observation, and I'm going to skip the 1-point and 2-point perspective, which you can review later on online. We have the videos already posted online. Okay, I will just since I asked you to bring a ruler, I'm going to do a ruler. When you're dealing with 3-point perspective, usually your horizon, there's still a horizon. It's quite far up, yeah. It could be actually slightly off the top of your drawing pad. But it's okay. I'm going to bring it down a little bit so that you can see it. I'm going to be using a pen, but you can use pencil so that you can rub and erase and things like that. Yeah. Okay. The first thing that you're going to be doing is to create. You're going to draw a horizon line somewhere near the top of your page. We're going to simplify things a bit. Yeah. And I'm going to assume that the other day when you're talking about 2-point perspective, you're talking about parallel lines that are vertical. Okay, but today, because we are talking about 3-point, number one, this is your horizon.
Background, there's more orang kan, people use background.
1, 2,
and then from the computer you can.
Yeah, I have to figure out how to mute all these people. I cannot figure out how to find a participant. Tolong ya, everybody. If you're not talking, please mute yourself. Thank you. All right. Okay. We're gonna start off with making 2 points. Yeah, vanishing points at the end on the horizon. You can see that to the left and to the right. One right, one left. Can see?
Stan, I can't see.
You can't. Okay. Yeah, you can see. I gotta move it because my camera.
Near the top.
Oh, okay. Then I go in a bit. I'm gonna go in a bit. Not so far.
Okay, thanks.
You can see, one here, one here. Okay, the rules of perspective is essentially, let me just throw it down for that. Let's get something done. we're going to do something simple first so that you understand. You can try this. It can be 90 degrees. It can be a little bit further down. It's okay. You can try this first, but I think I'm going to bring it down a little bit lower. Hang on. It's still okay. It's still working. Set square. The middle line will be vertical for sure. All right. Okay. I can bring it down further. My ruler is not long enough. Okay, I'm going to put it here. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, the difference between 2-point perspective and 3-point perspective. This is where you're going to find out. All right. In 2-point perspective, all your vertical lines here will be parallel. That means basically it's like here. Let me just demo a bit. What is this guy? Okay, from. Okay, your 2-point perspective, all your vertical lines here is going to be parallel to each other. All right. But when you're dealing with 3-point, is a slightly different story. There's also a vanishing point from here. I'm going to do it. Let's say the vanishing point, the third vanishing point is you got 1, you got 2, you got 3. Now this is where it gets interesting. All right. Let me just draw it for you. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to draw a tall building. 1, okay, and 2, okay, and watch, 3, and we are still following the rules of perspective, except now you're drawing from 3 points. I mean, you have perspective coming in from 3 points. Okay. Okay. So you have your first high-rise building. This could be a multi-story building. I'm going to draw this with thicker pen so that you can see clearly. For you, if you are drawing all these lines in pencil, you can use ink here to reinforce what you've done. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this one will go here. Are we on track so far? So you're all paying attention. So nobody is talking. That's good. So you have your first multi-story building. Of course, at the moment it's just one big one big tall box. Okay, I'm going to show you something else right now. Imagine this is a very tall building. Very seldom you're going to see a tall building without floors, without windows. I will simplify the process a bit. Let me just show you how you can subdivide. Okay, using this thin pen or your pencil, just draw your diagonals. This one, if you're using pencil, you rub off. Okay, it can be quite messy, if you're going to do this a lot. Now, what you have done? What you have done using the rules of perspective, you have divided this into two blocks. 1. That's how you divide the floors. It doesn't mean there's 2-story building. What you're doing is you can subdivide this, by further doing your, what do you call that? Your diagonals, that diagonal. It can be very messy. So you probably don't want to do it too many times. But because you're using pencil, it's not so bad. Okay. You see this? You got Yes, subdivided the
Bit
floors.
too fast, Stan.
Ah, I'm too fast. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm going to slow down a bit. So you have the diagonal drawing is something that you can repeat and repeat and repeat so that you have many, many, many floors. Okay, so what you have at this point is just a square box. And to give you an understanding of what your 3-point perspective does. And this is a kind of extreme 3-point. Yeah? Now, for you to better understand or at least appreciate your 3-point a little bit more, I'm going to do another building next to it. Yeah? And I'm going to do it like this is your normal city skyline. Okay, let me just add one more here. The next building, maybe a little bit of space in between. I'm pulling from the bottom. Okay. One. It can be a wider building. Once you've done this here, you can see, let me see. So we're still, so far we have only been drawing using 3.1, 2, 3. Okay, whatever we have done so far, we are actually using only 3 points. So I think I forget about the subdividing the floors yet. Okay, that one you can repeat later at your leisure. But at this point, all you want to do is get some boxes together. Okay, I'm using a thicker pen so you can see clearly. Oh shit. You see, I forget to record. All right.
Stan, how do you get that dot?
Which dot?
Then on the second one.
The second dot.
Okay, your forefinger, you go out further.
Go out left or right?
Left.
This one.
Some down, slowly. No. Come down a bit. Come down to that one. Come down, straight. Come down.
Straight now.
Okay, turn to your left. Yeah, you overshot already.
Here?
Go left a bit. 8 o'clock. Okay, come down. Come down straight.
Okay.
The other side. That one. How do you get that?
How do I get that? Is the first thing is I draw from here.
Yeah.
I go from here to here. This one is really up to you to figure out how high you want the building to be. You stop there. Once you stop there, you just start from this point. The thing to understand here is where I think maybe we will use terminology that we used last week. Okay, let's talk about axis. Yeah. When you talk about axis, this one is like I call this top to bottom is y-axis. Hang on, I don't know whether you're familiar with that. Y, this is y. Y-axis is the vertical.
Yeah.
So this one is also y-axis, yeah, by the way. Yeah. And this one is also y-axis. Okay. You understand this? That this one is y. All right. And everything that emanates from this point is the y-axis. Okay. Now that is the y-axis. Let's say here to here. Let's call it the x-axis. All right. Let me see. X is basically here to this is the x. This whole line here is x-axis. That means anything that is along the x-axis will have to go meet up at the x-axis here. See? Okay. You see? This is x. This is x. Yeah. And this is also x. So that makes things a little bit easier, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the next one is this one here is the z axis. You get me so far? Do you follow me?
Yep, yep.
Okay, let me just write here. Z is this one. Z. So anything that comes from here would be Z. See? Z. This one is Z. Okay. And like when you have done this this side of the building, you need to connect it to the Z axis. You have to just connect this way. Z. So hopefully this one will simplify things a little bit, yeah. Because this is, you're talking about spatial matters. So you can see one building, two building. Okay, we will also continue a little bit more. Maybe the next building is here, is a bit lower but longer. I draw in thin line first, yeah. Okay. Let's say this one is about this high. At the moment, we are just making it up as we go along. The height of the building and all that. But if you are observing from real life, you have to try to match the height of the building. But what I wanted you to understand today is the concept of the 3 points. Okay, watch here. Okay, that one is the z-axis. This one is the y-axis. Okay, and this is the x. So sometimes your ruler is not long enough, so you got to, and you may not get such a long broad building. So what you have so far is one, and hopefully you understand the when I talk to you about the axis, yeah. Let me draw on the y-axis right now. Y is here. Hang on, this is y. Y, and this is also y. Okay, and this one is y. And y, and this one is z. So there are only 3 axes at the moment. We're keeping things a little bit simple so that it's easier for you to understand. All right. But thank you for asking questions like that, because I'm not a trained teacher. I know all these things simply because I do it for a living. I don't know what they are called most of the time, but I get the job done. Okay, here we go. So you have 1 building, 2 building, 3 building. Okay, and this is a little bit extreme, but that's how it is, yeah, in 3-point rendering. Let me see. Let's continue a bit so that you have you got this. Okay, 1 big chunk here. Later, if you like, you can learn how to subdivide the floor so that they become floor by floor. All right. At the moment, it's just a few blocks of boxes. Okay. Now let's assume this is a road. Yep. You know how high-rise buildings normally is like that. You have the main road, and the buildings are built parallel to each other. All right, and the other road should be here. Once you have a proper grasp of the rules of perspective, you'll find drawing things like this actually very easy, lah. You know, it's very easy. Once you know, this is a time when you don't know. That's what make things a little bit more difficult. Right, you got the road. You got the road. And if you need to ask me any questions, please feel free to ask, because if you type, I cannot see until the end of the class. Yeah. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, three blocks. Okay, I'm going to make this a shopping mall. So shopping malls don't have to be very tall. Okay, it can be up to about here. Let's say. At the moment, we are just working on rough estimates of what your mall looks like, because we don't have plan. It's just to give you an idea of spatial drawing. Okay, so we got, wow, it's very extreme 3D, but never mind. Shopping mall. And so far, every line that you have drawn, you realize you are actually pointing towards a vanishing point. Okay, for this one is Y, this one coming from here is X, and this one coming from this side is Z. Depending on your point of view, you can actually shift things around, but for the time being, let's get the boxes ready. This is your building. And sometimes, like I said, your rulers may, even 1 foot ruler may not be long enough. All right. Okay, let's bring the view down a little bit. Okay, we have done this block of buildings. We're going to do some here. All right, and let me see. Again, this is your vanishing point. Your building, this is your crossroad. So if your building starts from here, oh, what a perfect. Let's say another building here. Wow, this is very extreme. But it happens, I mean, you're looking at this, it looks very, very, what is the word for it? Oh, my ruler not long enough. Hang on, I'm just add one more ruler. And today, if you notice, I got some very nice clean ruler, as opposed to last week. Okay, here we go. So we got another building here. I mean, this is just an exercise for you to understand how you're going to get your perspective drawn. So sometimes I'll join it like this. You know, when we are working on projects, sometimes the vanishing point is very, very far away, and we have to have very long rulers, and it comes to a point where we don't bother with the perspective lines anymore, because it's the vanishing point is at infinity. That means it's probably outside of your house, so you can't really join. So we have to estimate, and that's where your horizontal lines come into play. Like when you're doing the 1 point perspective. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3. All right. So of course, if you are looking at, if you are actually doing buildings, each of these blocks will be slightly different in design. Okay, let me see. I can draw another building here. This one is a little bit difficult to make out here because of the odd angle. It's not really odd. It's still following the rules of perspective. Okay, let's come to this part now. Let me break it up a bit. Okay. Now I'm going to put another building on this side, yeah, and this is where you're going to overlap a bit. I'll make it overlap so that it's easier for you to see what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay. Just give me a minute. I'm going to overlap this. Oh, this building is really, really huge. Okay. All right. I can't reach this side. So I'm using 2 rulers just to help me. So usually when we are in situations like this, we have to use our eyes to judge, because it's impractical for you to do perspective lines anymore. Okay, we got this. Let me just have a look. Are you guys still following me? You're lost, no? I haven't heard.
Very fast.
Very
Slow
fast,
down a bit.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. I am sometimes too fast. Hang on. Just give me a minute. Okay.
How do I go now?
After this, I'm going to take you on maybe another slightly different angle. Okay, after you spoken to me, please turn off your mic, please. Thank you. And thank you for alerting me about being too fast. Sometimes I tend to be very, very fast. My pen just dropped. Okay. I'm going to have to use a blanco so that you can see. This is a part that may look a bit confusing. Hang on, yeah. This is a part that may look a bit confusing because it's see-through. Okay, I'm going to go slow. Of course, in real life, not every building is a perfect box. At the moment, we are only drawing perfect box. Okay. If you look at the aerial photo of the building that is actually behind me just now, most of the boxes are, well, you got different shapes, and not all of them will sit parallel to the road, like what I'm doing right now. Okay, let me get a blanco. Hang on. Let me get blanco so I can blank out some things. Okay. Where is the mic? Here we go. All right. Now the part that is very, very messy here is this one. So I got the blanco here. Hang on. When you're using pencil, you can use your pencil and rub off this part, and then you can see clearly. So this building overlaps this building. Okay. Let me blanco this. The reason I am using pen is because of when I draw in pencil, you cannot see it on video. Let me see. Even this one. Let me just blank this off first. So that you have a much clearer idea of perception of shapes. Okay, we got this. Are you okay now? So you have many boxes here right now. When you're drawing buildings, of course, all the buildings will have a lot of floors, lots of we call it insets, and when you reach the top of the building, like for instance, I'm just going to show you this, yeah. Okay. The top of the building is usually not going to be so flat, yeah. Let me just show you what we normally do. There's probably most likely a wall, and with some thickness. This one, I must admit, is a little bit more complicated than the previous 1 point and 2 point perspective. But like I say, I'm only going to do this rooftop, yeah, for this building, so that you have an understanding of how space and shapes are shown. Okay, you can see from here. Maybe it's not too clear, yeah. Okay, I have to make it darker. Let me see. What do I do? I have to use a bigger pen. Hang on. There you go. So you only have 3 axes to worry about, and each of these axes will go to the same point: X, Y, and Z. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think this is a lot clearer here. Okay. Can you see here? Let me just bring the camera down a bit. Yeah? Can you see this close up of the rooftop? This is a simplified drawing of a rooftop with a wall. Usually they have maybe a water tank up there, but of course architects nowadays they add in a lot of design on top. But at this point we are concerned with the basic shape at the moment. Okay, and again you look at this. This is z-axis. This one here is x-axis, and the y is only here. The y-axis is, let me show you. Y-axis, this little thin line here. It goes to the bottom. That's the y-axis. Okay. Let me just put this back without dropping the phone. All right, there we go. So you have some very interesting shapes here. And by right, if I were to make things a little bit more complex, if I put a building here, this building is going to block this whole area. If I put a building here, it will be blocking because of the angle. Yeah. Okay. I am going to give you a couple of minutes on this. Maybe if you like, you all can show me. And after that, we're going to move. It's still 2 point perspective. Okay, but we'll shift the y-axis to maybe a little bit towards the right, so that you have a not exactly right now. It's like a mirror effect. Both sides are equal, and maybe we're going to draw smaller buildings.
Stan, I have a question.
Yes.
Now that we're all drawing with blocks and all, what about other shapes like the circle or the pyramid?
Okay.
How would you deal with those shapes?
Okay. We can actually deal with that right now. Yeah. Within the shapes that you have here. Let me see. You want to draw circles? You want to draw pyramids? Okay. We'll do it now. Here, we can do it here. Let's take for instance this one. Yeah. Right now this is kind of a flat roof. Okay. Maybe it's not a good idea to do it. I'm going to put a pyramid here. Okay, we add some dome shapes. We're going to add some circles. All right, that will be interesting. Let me add again. Like I say, we are trying to establish some basic ground rules here. Okay, I think I'm going to put a pyramid here first. All right. Assuming this is your pyramid. Okay. Now, when you're doing pyramid, yeah, the rules of 3 point perspective still applies. So when you have a shape like this here, this little square, for you to determine the middle point, yeah, your middle point, I'm going to do it very lightly. You get the middle point by just drawing a diagonal, showing a diagonal. This one is your middle point of your roof. All right. So the top of your roof, yeah, is not here because this is flat. Assuming this is how you get your, okay. You notice I've actually pushed this point up by connecting it to the y-axis. Okay, that means basically I'm going to just exaggerate it a bit. Okay, so that let me see, how can I do? I wouldn't put it too high. Okay, let's say this is the height of your pyramid. All right. So you have established that this is the center of that square, and this is the top of your pyramid. Now the next thing is actually quite simple. All you got to do is just join this. Hang on. You got a pyramid by just doing this. 1, 2, and you join this one to this one. Can you see clearly? I'll do a close up here. Hang on, it's very hard for you to see at the moment. Let's just bring it down, yeah, camera. Okay, guys, take a good look at this. I may have to thicken it a bit. Okay, take a look at this, yeah. Can you see? Jeremiah, you're the one to ask me about that, right?
Yeah, I can see.
You can see, yeah. So your roof will be coming to the top of that center point. So this one won't be visible. This one. That's why you do it in pencil. So what is going to be visible? Let me just make the line thicker and use a bit of blanco. What did I do now? Oh shit!
Okay.
Hang on. You see, I'm terrible. I touched a button and this guy went off. I have to come back again. Hang on. Give me a minute.
No problem. Take your time.
So this participant has decided to move. So you can see what I was talking about just now, yeah, about the vertical point coming in from the y-axis. Am I still in? Oh, I'm still in. Oh, good. Okay, I'm still in. Okay, let me make the lines a little bit more distinct. We can play with circles. We can play with pyramids. Okay, let me just do this here. Before I do this, let me blanco those things that shouldn't be there. Okay, when you're doing the pyramid, for your information, you can't see this line anymore because it's going to be blocked. And vertical line, of course, you cannot see. Okay, that one is something that you draw on to establish where your vertical point is. And you can't see this. Right. So you got a pyramid. Let me see now. There we go. 1, 2. So you'll be using the eraser to just remove those that are not necessary. So you've got a pyramid here. I just bring down the camera. Yes.
Stan,
yes.
Can you just just go back a little bit on the tip of that pyramid? How do you get that one?
Okay, the tip of the pyramid. The tip of the pyramid just now, if you remember, I just erased it, but never mind. When before we started the drawing, you remember that I did a bit of a square here. Remember? I can just draw it back again.
Yes.
So once you've done this square, okay, this little square, all you got to do is just do diagonal to diagonal. Just join this. That one is.
In other words, you got to define that square first before you can get
the square. Yeah. So once you've done that, this is your the point where where the tip the top of the pyramid is going to be. And this area you got to remember, you are looking at. Let me just show you maybe a side view here. Let's say I'm looking from one side of the building. It's going to be a flat square. Your pyramid is something like okay, it's actually a triangle like that. Okay, if I'm looking at it in let's say elevation form. Of course, the real pyramid, you're going to have all these indented lobes. At the moment, we're not concerned with that. Yeah? But this is what your pyramid is. So the top of this point is actually right in the middle of that square. That's why you're using this y-axis to establish. Okay. At the moment,
Thank you.
At the moment, because it's a little bit not so sharp, you probably have some problem in perception. I can do it quickly here. I just give an example again. Assuming this one is a square. All right. I'm just gonna do this quickly. Assuming this one is your square, and you want to know where's the middle point is here. Okay. And if you want to show, I'm going to make this a very tall steeple-like pyramid. So that is a lot more clearer. At the moment, because this one is a bit low, yeah. And you see what happens here is, it's very simple. Just do a cross. That is your center of your box. And then you add your y-axis. This is y, by the way. Yeah, this is y-axis here. That's why you're actually going to here. All right. And assuming, well, I'm going to raise it higher. Okay. Wow, this one is like a really steep one. Okay. This is going to be a bit steep. Okay. And there you go. Take a look at this, yeah. That's why that cross or diagonal thing is quite useful for you to what is the word they use to subdivide your space. Okay, there you go. This is your pyramid. At the moment, you can see very clearly. Let me just blanco it a bit.
Yeah, this is much easier to understand.
Yeah, the other side may be a bit too
shallow.
Okay, this is a lot. Once you exaggerate it, you get a better idea. So imagine, like I said, I am drawing with pen because okay. So imagine if you only looked at the thick line, which is a lot clearer than your pencil won't appear so clearly. So this is your pyramid. Yeah, this way. All right. So you got that. If you like, yeah, I will just do. I was trying to show you how you're going to subdivide your floor. This side is a little bit messy right now. So let me just show you the concept, yeah, behind. Like if you have a box, okay, you just subdivided the middle point, yeah, for your pyramid. Okay, I just wanted you to extrapolate. It is actually the same action, yeah, you're going to be doing, but you'll be doing it a lot more time simply because, let's say I'll just. Pardon? Okay, I'm gonna do it here. Hang on a minute, yeah. All right, I won't pull the lines all the way, but I think your middle point here, I'm just doing a diagonal, yeah. Okay, just all right. So your meeting point, oh, it's quite far down, and this is extreme. Okay, but never mind. Okay, in extreme perspective, yeah, this is what happens. Because of the 3-point perspective, watch what happens, yeah. Okay, this is like dividing your building into half. Okay, I'm going to just continue a little bit more. Now this is dividing it into quarter. The only problem is roughly it's going to be here. I'm using the diagonal, but I'm not pulling all the way so that you won't get confused, yeah, because it can be very messy. Okay, so this is your. I'm dividing your floor one by one. Floor half half half. Every time I do this, I'm subdividing. Watch, yeah, and watch, yeah. Again, I'm going to do diagonal, but I don't want to draw the whole diagonal. I think your meeting point is somewhere. Okay, gets better, yeah. Somewhere here. So we are kind of subdividing as we go along. And we are dividing. And basically, that's how you do all the floors. But just bear in mind, this one will be a bit confusing at the moment. But I'm going to leave it at this. Yeah, just remember, when you subdivide this way, this whole chunk here is equivalent to this little chunk here at the bottom. Okay, but this is something that you need to work through as you go along. For 2-point perspective, the simple thing is we're going to use a ruler and just divide equally. But when you're dealing with 3-point, you need to do all this subdividing. But this part of it can be very confusing.
Stan, just want to check on the left side. Just now you draw the levels, right? They are not in the same length. I mean,
not proportion in terms of like the number of floors.
Yeah.
It's just to give you an idea of how you can subdivide. Because like I say, this whole chunk from here to here, if you were to say quantify, let's say this is about 10 story, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This part is also 10 story because of the extreme perspective. So let me just hold this here. So this is half. Okay. So if this is like 10, this whole thing is another 10. So, but I think we better not get into that at the moment because that one can be very very confusing. Okay, because you got to subdivide and subdivide. You get me? Like for instance, the 10 story, this is 10 story, and you have to keep doing it until it you let's say you want all the floors, but at the moment I think we better skip that. Okay. You got the steeple just now. Jeremiah was asking about what about circles, right, Jeremiah?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Now the circle and domes and all that is you know what an oval is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's look at the circle. Maybe this one is a perfect one for you to use circle. Let's do this now. Hang on, I got to get a smaller pen. All right. Again, this is very useful. But if you are looking at a perfect square, sometimes I think the perfect square will be somewhere here because there will be a bit of impression. But never mind. Your circle will be somewhat like, you cannot draw a circle. You may need an ellipse template for this kind of thing. Okay, it's going to be somewhat like this. Is that clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay, now this one would constitute just a circle on the rooftop. There are many ways to look at this. Yeah, you can also do multiple layered circle. So these are sort of things that you probably learn through experience. Let me see. Okay. Let's say we got this. I'm doing freehand again simply because I'm lazy. I usually do this freehand anyway. So for drawings like this, sometimes it's good to have a ellipse template. You know, when especially when everything else is so perfect, you need to get a nice ellipse template. Are you aware what that means, ellipse template? Have you?
Ellipse template. That
Ellipse,
means
they have all these funny ellipse shapes, so that you can just use it to draw you as a guide. It's almost like a ruler, but it's a circular thing. It's curved. It's curved.
I think I used to have that. It functions like stencils, right? They have the circles there, then you can just draw in the.
Exactly, it is a stencil. You got the right word. Yeah. So I just want to extrapolate a little bit more. Yeah. For instance, even for this kind of perspective, you can actually extend your. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Let's have some fun here. I can make, instead of flat, right now it's like helicopter pad. All right. Maybe we do it here because we'll leave the helicopter pad alone.
Okay.
Helicopter pad. All right. Helicopter pad, and of course it's gonna have is wall. The idea behind doing all these lines is essentially just to help you construct a perspective drawing. Okay. Now something like this can be made a lot more interesting by, okay, if you want, you can do a dome. You know, again, the dome will usually start off with, okay, you're gonna have a base. A base will be somewhat like this. It's an ellipse. All right. Now, this is flat on the roof. All right. Now, if I want to build a dome, I'm gonna make it a very nice big protrusion. Of course, it doesn't have to be so tall, but just to give you, just to let you see how a dome can be. It can be like this, and of course, you're gonna have maybe minaret somewhere, and I hope you're taking photographs of this thing. My God, I tell you, my phone is gonna suffer. Oh, and it's gone upside down. Hang on. Okay, guys, come on. Hey, hello. Then it's not upside down. Oh, okay, it's right now. I tell you, oh, phone, I gotta remove my head. It's interfering with my life. Okay, so now you have a quite an interesting urban landscape right now. I suppose this is going to be on video. Right? Okay, it's recording good. So if you have a dome, you're not going to be able to see this, right? You see, as we go along, we are making things up. Yeah, this is good. That's part and parcel of sometimes creating things. Yeah, you usually start off sometimes without a fixed matrix of what you want to do, because we are doing something very basic. And let me just give you a nice looking dome. All right. Wow. This one is like minaret on top of it. Okay. So of course, if your wall is like usually there will be a sunken in area, and the bottom of your minaret, you're not going to be seeing it this side. So what you do is you just blanco a bit. There you go. So it gets very extreme when you're looking from the top down. Okay, I think let's give it a little bit more depth, yeah, without having to measure exactly how high each of these floors are. Let's give some. Okay, let's add some elements here that makes it more interesting. Otherwise, it's going to be very boring. Okay, I'm going to do this. This is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis. Sorry, this is the z-axis. All right.
Right.
And we got y. Okay, let's make it a little bit more interesting. So when you are doing buildings, the basic approach is you use the box to establish your vanishing points. After that, you can do things that are a little bit more interesting. Hang on. Oh yeah, it's Hari Raya tomorrow, right? Is it?
Yeah. Yep. Hari Raya
Okay,
starts
so
tomorrow.
all right, so this is a nice Hari Raya prelude to Hari Raya kind of building. Okay. I got the wrong axis. Hang on, it should be here. This point, I got the wrong point. It should be here. Okay, hang on a minute. Okay, we got this. All right. So we got. I mean, when you're doing stuff like this, it's actually quite fun. Okay, maybe the middle part is somewhere here. So we're adding a little bit of design to it. All right. Let me see. A bit difficult to tell at the moment, but once I do this, you can see what I wanted. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Not perfect ellipse at the moment, but okay. All right. So if you do this, and there you go. It's a very Islamic kind of shape. Of course, you can actually extend this a bit. So you're adding in little elements like this. It gives you a better sense of the shape. Okay, we can add a little bit of maybe, I don't know what you call this, cornice. All right, see, now your shapes are coming out better. As long as you bring it to the same vanishing point, you're fine. So your building is coming out. Let me blanco this. It's a bit irritating. Blanco. There we go. So that is your dome, and of course you probably want to add one more band here. So we have triangles, we have pyramids, we have flat ovals. What else can we have? You can have a water tank up here. Let me give you a water tank. Usually, okay, let's give you a water tank. Water tank. Again,
How about cone? Sorry, how about cone-shaped water tank?
What?
A cone-shaped water tank.
A cone shape, huh? Wait. What is a cone? Oh, cone shaped water tank. It's almost a pyramid, right?
Almost like pyramid, but the sides are round.
The sides are. Oh, I see. Okay, but the side profile is gonna be okay. Then it's
just a suggestion.
Okay,
Just a suggestion.
No problem. Okay. A cone shaped water tank is gonna look like a cone. Let me just try it again. Okay, I'm gonna put it here. It's probably not so much a water tank lah. Water tank cone is not a very efficient shape for water.
Okay.
Okay. Never mind. Just for the fun of it, yeah. Okay, let's establish something like this. Same thing. You're gonna have to find out where's the center of your cone. Okay. In fact, I think you're still looking at the pyramid, but with round sides. Okay. It's going to be like a dunce head. All right, but it's okay. All right, let's say I have this huge circular base. The only time when you can tell that is a cone is when you look at the base. Okay, it's going to be a big dunce head. There you go. So because of the nature of the perspective lines we are talking about, it looks a bit, what is the word? Yeah? The word is singing, but that's correct actually at the moment. Let me just highlight this. It looks like a pyramid, but if you look at the, oh, thanks, babe. Wow, fancy tongue, man. just put it here, put it here. Yeah, put it here is good. Thank you. I have Bobo Cha-Cha. Wow, I tell you, I'm in the middle of drawing perspective. I got Bobo Cha-Cha. Not bad.
Nice.
Hey, there's a advantage. One of the good things about working from home. Your wife, your lover, your girlfriend will bring you stuff. Provided you don't start a fight in the meantime. Yeah. So okay. So you have a conical shape here. Of course, if you see this line going right through, it's not going to be looking very conical, so we are going to remove that. So today we have actually played with conical shapes on top of boxes. Now the when you're doing water tanks, you also have to remember you can also have a conical base, but maybe you can actually just give it a little bit of thickness. I mean, here we're playing. Okay, so we got this funny looking conical shape, conical water tank, and sometimes to help give you the impression that this one is not a straight line, so it helps if you just add in either a pattern or whatever. Okay, once you're done, once you do that, it doesn't look like it's like this one is flat. Okay, like this one is a straight line all the way, because if you're doing you can be doing things like this. Yeah, I'm just freehand doing it. By right, if you want it accurate, you have to just you have to use a ruler. Okay, I'm doing it freehand simply because to me it's very fast. Each of these lines should go towards here, and when I do lines like this, it also gives you a good sense of which direction your this piece of roof is facing. Okay, this one you can tell is facing here. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the z-axis. Yeah, if you like, you can just you know, sometimes when you're lazy, you can put a pin here. You can put a pin here. If you have a pin and you have a soft board, you can actually put a pin here. And you just pull from here. You know, for perspective artists, when you're drawing like multiple floors and all that, so sometimes it's a repetitive task. Yeah, so we actually put a pin, because over here what I have is a kind of mounting board. Yeah, so you can actually put a pin on it. Yeah, if you don't push too hard, you work quite a while. Work for a little while. Okay, let me just draw this so that you have a better understanding. By right, you should be joining from here, but look, see? Okay, that one immediately gives you a sense of maybe direction. Yeah, that's why earlier on we are trying to do it here. So we cheat a bit now. Let's say, most of you Malaysians here today, we are using a lot of colloquial Malaysian slangs. So if I break into Malaysian la and you know that kind of thing, if you don't understand, just put up your hand. We'll try and explain. Because I think sometimes when we talk to Malaysians, we break into bahasa, we break into colloquialism. Since we are talking about Hari Raya now. Okay, but I'm just freehand guessing how many floors there are. But every line has to go towards that vanishing point. That's why it's very important for you to establish where the vanishing point is. So at least you have a sense that it's much better than a box. Look, as you go down, the height of the floor get a bit smaller and smaller.
Just like you mentioned the other day, the rule of perspective is the farther it goes, the
smaller it gets. Yeah, exactly. Up to a point when they all group together, it becomes one big mess of you can't draw anymore. Like for instance, if I keep drawing, yeah, it's going to become one whole mess of drawing and lines. Let me just see, see, I'm adding 3 dimension to the drawing. In the ordinary course of doing perspective, I think you probably go through this exercise for the next 3 weeks actually, for you to get a proper hang of it. But we are on a fast track here. We're online, and we are maybe a little bit fast. Let me just add things. So, but that whole thing we are doing, this whole thing we are doing, is just to give you guys a feel of what perspective is all about. Then I'm going to add in the elements like this. It could look like a clock tower, you know. And if you add in details at the end of the day, you're going to get some very interesting shapes. Like for instance, this is something that you can do on the mosque, on the, what do you call this thing? The dome. Just to give you a sense of interest. Yeah. So this makes it more interesting. And like this one could be a clock tower, it could be a lot of things here, okay? And I was stuck halfway just now. Where was I? I was trying to give you another water tower here.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I think you can get a feel of how these things are shaping up. Okay, I better not be lazy a bit. Okay, I'm gonna use the vanishing point. And maybe it's just a square. This one could be just where your staircase to the roof exits. And you see the pyramid roof, yeah, has got to have some maybe, okay, so that it looks a little bit more 3D. See, so far you realize that we have only been moving all these lines towards 3 points. Okay, I'm going to do one more here at the back. Hang on. One more building. One more building at the back. Yoo-hoo! Well, the only thing is I know they are still awake, so not too bad. Hey guys, okay, here we go. So we are going to continue this a little bit more. Hang on, I'm going to make this a little bit more interesting. Yeah, hang on. A little bit boring. My ruler not long enough, so. I will in the course later find out where the button is to mute everybody. So the point I'm trying to make is in the making of this drawing, we are only using 1, 2, 3 points. All right, and I hope that gives you a proper understanding of how 3-point perspective works. Are you all happy with this now, or you want to continue on this, or we just shift focus a little bit?
Yeah, I think we should move on.
Okay, this one you can label this for ages.
Yep.
All right. Okay. This one is very extreme, so I'm gonna take you to another one. So if you like, you can take a picture of take a screenshot of this. Yeah, but it's recorded anyway. You can watch it later. Okay, I'm going to take you to another not so extreme kind of perspective. Okay, where not so close up, a little bit further, but we are still dealing with 3-point. Okay. Exercise 1. We have 45 minutes, so I think we'll do something else. Okay. Another piece of paper, please. Okay. We are going to still be looking at 3-point. 3-point, horizon on the top. Okay. But this time we're not going to be so extreme. We're still doing horizon here. Okay. And let me see. I don't want to go out of the camera range. It is still going to be 1 point here. 1 point here. Okay. 1 on the left, 1 on the right. And we're going to do, let me see. You still can be somewhere here. I'm going to move your 3-point to maybe this side. Okay, this is going to be a little bit more interesting. 1. So the y-axis I have moved towards here, yeah, guys, towards the right. Just now was more center. All right, but my ruler is not long enough. Hello, can you mute your mic, please? Where's the mute button? Do you know? Ah, then they can hear me. Okay, good. So nice. All right. Okay. Okay, I got it. Okay. So now we are going to be doing something that is not so extreme. We're going to make it a little bit more friendly. Let me just take you up here. It almost looks like the same thing, but we are going to move up a bit. Hang on. Oh, yeah, but I can't see it at the moment. Okay. I'm going to do this. Hang on. Just give me a minute, yeah? No, they're quiet, so I'm fine. All right. Okay. So I'm not going to be bringing down this thing too far. Hang on. So we're going to be going up a bit higher right now. Instead of coming down so far, but we're going to still maintain this point here, by the way. All right. I'm going to make it a little bit from here so that you don't get so extreme. A little bit higher. We're going to be concentrating on this area. Okay, so this bottom part, we're only keeping it so that we can have our vanishing point. Okay, essentially, we will still be doing the boxy stuff for a start, then we can add in things as we go along. Okay, and I'm going to be doing from here to here. Let's do it now. Okay. You got everything. I'm just going to remove this line. So we're not going to come below this line for the time being. Okay. Of course, but you before we do anything, yeah, let's get our axis right, yeah. We're gonna still be maintaining the x axis is here to here. X axis. Can you see this? Okay. Z axis is here to here. So I call this the Z axis. The Y axis is this one. So this is your point, yeah. So I should actually name it Z X Y, X Y Z. This is Y. Can we see all three axes? Okay, you got that. Good. All right. Now we're gonna do smaller buildings. Again, boxes, yeah. But we're gonna be taking a slightly longer shot. All right. We're still square for the time being, yeah. We are stuck with squares for the time being. Let's do this one. X-axis and Z-axis now. So sometimes I forget which axis I am. We're gonna do this. Okay, so you have tall buildings. We got this. And same thing, but we're going to be bringing up the horizon quite a fair bit. So in this particular case, we're going to be experimenting with maybe a taller building here. Taller building for you. X, Y, Z. I'm still using the same principle that we were practicing just now. Z, X, and Y. Can you see that? Tall buildings. Now we are putting a longer shot, so we will most likely be focusing on this area. Okay, when you get to this area, it becomes extreme, so we're going to be here. Okay, the reason you have so all these lines here is so that you have 3 points to work with. All right, and then what can we do? Oh, we're going to make let's see. I'm going to make more buildings. Hang on. One, two. This is the y-axis, and this is your z-axis. So no matter what I do at the moment, I am still using 1, 2, and 3 points. I just wanted you to get used to the idea of actually using all these vanishing points to build your drawing. One. Can follow me so far? You want me to? I think I'm going to darken it a bit. Box, box, box. So when you work on this kind of exercise, hopefully it gives you a better understanding of how perspective works. See, the shape is there. Hang on. So in the fact, you're only using 3 lines. So you have 3 buildings here. Is everybody with me so far? I'm going to break it up and have a slightly different shape building here. All right. This is your typical high rise. All right. I'm going to do maybe with a pitched roof. One big box. Two. You know when you're doing this, once you understand the fundamentals of this kind of perspective lines, it's actually quite easy for you to develop your own buildings. I mean, that's how architects work anyway. They design, they'll visualize, you know. Okay, I'm just going to break up this box into maybe 2, 3. Okay. Going back to what Jeremiah asked just now about the triangular roof. I'm going to do something like this. This part may be a bit confusing for you guys. Just bear with me. I just wanted to show you. Because here you're breaking ranks with the vanishing point a little bit, not much. Okay, this one should be somewhere here. This is what some roof looks like. Yeah? Okay, it's a bit difficult for you to see. Let me just Oh, yeah, I forgot. We are supposed to extend to here. All right, this one may be a bit difficult to tell. Let me just perspective sometimes can be a very uh, quite technical actually, but once you understand the use of perspective, you can use it in any kind of situations, any kind of drawing. You know, when I go onto the urban sketching, although I don't do buildings all the time, but I'm applying the rules of perspective in practically everything I do. With a lots of people, with buildings. Yep. Okay, let me just blank through this and you can get a better idea what I'm doing. This is a slightly different roof. So this roof will look like this. So there will be, in any building design that you see, there will be a lot of combination of geometric shapes. Geometric shapes mean triangles, squares, circles, rectangles, you know. And did I say triangle just now? Yep. It's always a combination. So we have a building that looks like this. I'm still keeping it simple, yeah. So this would be what they call a pitch roof. Pitch roof is basically any roof that is not flat. Any roof that has got a gradient, you know, a gradient like this. This is called a pitch roof, a triangle, whatever you call that. So I can show you examples of a pitch roof by just doing it here. The same thing earlier. Remember the pyramid roof? We're gonna do a pitch roof here. Yeah, I suppose pitch roof sounds a lot more interesting. There you go. So that is a pitch roof. I'm gonna blanco this. For those guys who have been doing this kind of drawing for a long time, sometimes they don't need to draw the diagonals to figure out where the top of the center of that square is. We just roughly estimate by sight. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little bit more interesting. And of course, even buildings like this, you can actually be doing if you like, you can actually pull your perspective all the way. Yep. Okay, we're gonna try another different type of building. On. Is everyone still there?
Still here.
When you're drawing a lot of buildings, it can be a very, very labor intensive kind of thing. So the what I'm trying to do is just focus you guys here, and you notice that as you go further towards closer to the horizon, your y not your y your x-axis and your z-axis sometimes become a straight line. They are going to meet at the same point, but to avoid that kind of thing, sometimes we just push the building above the horizon. Let me just show you what I mean there. Okay, I'm going to push this guy up a bit higher so that there at least a sense of perspective. Okay, there you go. The rules of perspective still applies. Okay. Z-axis and so of course if the height of your building is somewhere exactly on the horizon, it's going to be straight. That's all. See? It's going to be here. And you will realize that if your building is very far away, most of the time you're going to only be seeing this. There won't be too much x and y, but again, all your, I mean, y-axis is going to be still pointing downwards. Yeah. Can be quite a pain actually, especially if you're doing a whole city. Okay, I'm gonna do, what else can I do? I'm looking at some, okay. Obviously we have not we've not done anything close to what we have on our backdrop today, because that one will be super duper complicated. I'm trying to simplify things a bit. Okay, I'm gonna do a step building. I mean, buildings come in all shapes and sizes. Sometimes you get quite interesting. You get shapes like this. Watch this one, yeah. This one is like a step down building. It looks complicated, but in fact, you are still using the 3 points. You still have to draw the Y, the X, and the Z. This one is a little bit different. Yeah. This is interesting. This building here is quite fascinating. Got it. So in fact, you can actually keep going on and on until the end. Okay, I'm gonna.
No problem.
Yeah. What I'm going to do after this, I'm going to just I know it's quite a huge exercise, yeah, drawing all those boxes. I'm going to make it a little bit more fun for at least 5 minutes after this. Hang on. So that you can appreciate the 3-point perspective without having to draw too many lines. Hey, maybe you want to show me what you've done? Yeah. Let's see. June, have you can show something? Okay, let's have a quick. Let's see where we are. Okay, you got it. You know the I think you're sure you've got you understand the rules of perspective. Yeah. Any questions, June?
Yes, I have a question. Let's
Yep.
say if I'm working on, if let's say I'm not outside, but I'm looking at a picture, how do I determine the three points in the first place when I just look at a picture? I'm not sure if I made myself clear. That means, like, let's say if I look at the scenery, how do I know where is the X vanishing point, Y and the Z vanishing point?
Okay, if you are looking at the photograph, for instance, the simplest way to determine your axis, but sometimes the vanishing point is outside of your paper. That's a headache part.
Right.
That's why what you are doing here today is actually just to give you an understanding of vanishing points.
Okay.
In so many instances, your vanishing point, even when I'm working on projects, yeah, the vanishing point is so far away. Sometimes I have to pull a string, yeah, because developers that I work with, they are quite a pain about vanishing point. So sometimes we have to join 2 or 3 tables together and extend my ruler. You know, I use a steel ruler that's 3 feet. Okay, currently you're only using a 12-inch ruler. So sometimes to get that vanishing point, we tape 3 rulers together.
Right.
And like I say, if you are doing a lot of the like floor by floor thing, it is quite good to, what is the word? Put a pin, yeah, at the other end, so that you know one end is stuck, kind of aligned against a pin, and you don't really have to worry about every minute having to adjust both this end and the other end that is so far away. That's what we used to do.
Right. Okay.
Yes. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. Today, what you're doing, you have actually moved your vanishing point very close together.
Okay.
That's why when you look at your drawing, it looks very what is the word for it? It looks very distorted.
Yeah, it's as though there's a drone there or something.
But it is very distorted simply because of the wide angle. You have moved your vanishing point very close. In most instances, you won't be what is the word? You won't need to you won't need to. Hang on, I'm trying to get this stupid thing. They are trying to verify whether I'm a robot. Okay, I think I'm going in again. I think Jeremiah, you got the right idea. I got to get me a tripod. Actually, I have a tripod, but it doesn't give me what I want, so I'm actually stuck there. I stopped wearing my hat. Okay, I am going in again. Hang on a minute. So
Stan,
yes.
This is Veronica.
Yes, Veronica. Hi.
Can I just show you what I've done just to get I kind of got the idea already.
Yeah. Okay, you've done it in pencil, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes very hard to see there. Yeah. Okay.
But generally, I think I got the idea lah.
Yeah. I think the whole thing is at this point, trying to get the idea about vanishing point is what we are about today.
Yeah. After we did the first sketch and with all the triangles and the circles, I think this one came out a little bit easier than that one. Really, I understood finally.
Because every time you do a perspective drawing, you find that things are very different every time. Yeah. And this is Lawrence Kong.
Yeah.
You want to show me what you've done? Hang on a minute. Yeah. Okay. I am going to set my camera back again.
How is it?
You have got it right, but your y-axis, yeah, your y-axis for your for the building on the left is a little bit off. I think you missed a bit.
Okay.
So the concept of actually having the 3 axes is very important, because that one helps you to determine generally where your line should be heading. And like I say, when I do it. When I do it here today, the reason I'm just simply trying to simplify so that you can see all 3 vanishing points at the same time.
Stan, we cannot see your picture.
Okay, hang on a minute. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So like I say, in practical work, sometimes, like I say, when I was working on architectural perspective, I have to join ruler, I have to join long tables, a few long tables just to draw perspective, and we use like corners like this. We always put a pin, and because we are using wooden table sometimes, and if the project is big enough, we actually put a nail. Hey, I tell you, it's actually very manual. You have to put a nail here, you put the nail here. Just imagine right now you're looking at this is A3 paper, and we are doing that, for, let's say, 12-foot ruler. That's a very long way, And so you get an idea of what I mean, today by doing these boxes. Okay, anybody else want to show me? Pauline, I got a spotlight you. This one is expert. Hey, but this is not really 3-point, This one is a 2-point, almost isometric.
Okay.
You've done it pretty good. Okay, this is more of a 2-point perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, you've done it pretty well. And in fact, most of the time you view perspective this way simply because of the field of vision. 3-point perspective. This one that you're drawing is something like your eye. You're looking forward, looking front, as opposed to what we have been doing just now. We are actually looking down. So there's a little bit of difference here. Okay.
Okay.
And in this particular case of yours, your vertical lines on your y-axis, you'll probably be using a set square, and you're all parallel. You understand? Okay. So that is 2-point perspective. Okay, I'm going to move over to Chong Chi. Okay. Okay, you got it done pretty good. Yeah, I think you got the idea perfectly here. And you have religiously stuck to the vanishing points. Very good. Okay.
Thank you.
Jeremiah, you want to show me?
I've sent the file to the chat group in the chat itself, because I don't think I can show mine, because mine's a digital file.
So okay, I think on the chat you can't see for some reason. Who else hasn't shown? Paru, have you? Okay, I'm gonna see your drawing, Paru.
Okay, this is the first one.
Okay, a bit higher, please. Okay, you got it. Yep. Okay.
Okay, and the second one I'm a bit confused.
Okay. I can tell you what is wrong here. Your x-axis, you are going to the vanishing point. All right, but your y-axis, I think you're still doing. You're still sticking with parallel lines. You are not. You don't have a y-axis here. You are doing a 2-point perspective. Okay, understand. You know, when the rest of you,
I didn't attend last week.
It's okay.
So I'm not very clear.
Okay, so what you have done here would be what we were doing last week.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but I mean the idea is you are doing right now. What you have there is a 2-point perspective. Okay, I'm going to see Josephine Sun, Josephine, are you there? Okay. Okay, I'm not sure. This is Rachel.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay, you have done it.
This is the
okay.
first, the one that she did.
Okay, that's good. I think the lower left building you have somehow missed the vanishing point a bit. The last bottom two buildings.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vanishing point. So I think there's a bit of confusion here with your X and Y axis.
Okay.
Yeah, but generally it's still there. But you have to remember that you have the X axis, the Y axis, and the Z axis. All three must always go to the same point.
Oh, okay.
Here a bit topsy turvy, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
How's my first one?
Okay, Lawrence. Okay, Lawrence. Thank you, Rachel. Okay, you're a bit too close, Lawrence. Okay, you got it. Okay, you got it pretty good. Okay, so you understand the 3 points. Yep, very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Only the one the big out.
Yeah lah. Sometimes what happened? This is Miriam, right? Or Tunis Denis. Hang on, let me spotlight you. Tunis. Okay, you got it. All right. You see you are following it very religiously. This is quite true. So the only thing is you want to vary the shapes later on. Yeah. The idea here is for you to understand the concept. Okay, I'm gonna go to Eileen. I say this one also very good. You got it to a T here. Yeah, Eileen. You got it all correct.
Thanks, Stan. I think today was very helpful. Thank you for
I'm glad it is working out for you, because things like this you got to do a few times to really understand or appreciate the subtleties of the lines. But in this case, you actually have done it pretty well.
Thanks, Stan.
Okay, I'm going to go to Blade. Okay, Blade, are you there, Blade? Oh, Blade is hiding. Okay. Paru have shown already, right? Who else hasn't shown? Let me see. Eunice.
I don't think I've got it.
Can I show mine?
Yes. Wait. This is Eunice. Yeah. Okay. Eunice. She's added so many variations to the. I look at your drawing, Eunice. You are a 3D perspective artist. This is a 3-point perspective. You've done very well. And you have added a lot of variation to the design, even your rooftop, the inverted pyramid, I can see. Okay, so you have got a very good grasp of perspective. Your 3 points are perfect, Eunice. Thank you. Let me see who else. Eunice, Chin Han. How are you, Chin Han? Chin Han, are you stressed out already?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry.
This is the first one.
Okay, I think you got it pretty well, Chin Han. Okay. I think you are quite. Yep, I think you got the idea right. Your vanishing points are at the right place. Yep. Okay. So only thing is detailing. That's all.
Okay, this is the second one.
Okay. Okay, I think you have understood 3-point perspective, and you've done very well today. Thank you. Patsy. Patsy. Hang on, Patsy. Okay. Okay, Patsy has got all the 3 points. Okay, you got it quite good. Okay, you also got it. The only
it's too much to the right.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, whether it's to the right or left, it's all right. I can see that you understand and you're making use of the 3 points. That's very good. The only complaint sometimes I have is that because you're doing it in pencil, so sometimes a bit hard to tell. But I can see. Who else hasn't seen Mian Lim? Yeah. I can spot Mian Lim. Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Mian Lim. Right. I can't read that word. Yeah. Mian Lim. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Mian Lim, you have done pretty good. You got all the 3 points down pat. You got it right. Okay, you have no problem with the 3-point perspective, except maybe sometimes because the horizon is there, you might want to break over the, some of the buildings can break above the horizon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, Shireen, have you shown yours?
Yep.
You shown,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Okay, I'm gonna spotlight you again. Let me have a look. Shireen is, okay. You got it done, very good. Okay, well, I can see you are doing pretty good. Okay, you have done very well. All right, so after this, you can go out street sketching. Okay, thank you. Veronica, have you shown yours? Okay, let me just have a look here. Keep a bit.
Hi.
Hi, Veronica.
Yeah, this was the first one.
Okay, it's in pencil, very hard to see.
Yeah.
Okay, roughly, okay, you got it. Yeah, you got it. Okay.
A sec, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was the
first one. Okay. All right. I think you got all your 3 points. Very well done. Thank you, Veronica. And I'm going to go to Gracie, right? Gracie. Let me have a look. Okay, I can see you. Okay, you got your 3 points done. Pretty good. All right. Turn around. And you're drawing it on an A4 size, even more challenging. Okay, you got your 3 points. You got it. Okay, Adrian. Adrian, where are you, Adrian? Okay. Okay, you got your 3 points. Push up a bit higher. I can't see the base. Okay, you got it down pat. Good. Okay. The other side. Okay, you want to show me the other side? You are frozen. Okay, Adrian.
Thank you very much. It was really good. I only did the first one, and I got the lesson. So thank you so much.
Okay, I hope you can apply to all future things that you are doing. All this takes a lot of practice, and the more I mean, at the end of the day, the more you practice, the better you get. That's all. I am looking at Jacinta. Have I seen yours yet? Not yet, I guess. Hang on. Let me have a bit. Jacinta. Okay. Oh, okay. I think okay. You got it. You got it. So the only thing is the detailing. The other side, the other second piece.
You will.
Wow. Okay, you got it. There, your buildings are even more dynamic than mine. It's even taller. See? So you understand the base, the concept behind perspective. Blade is hiding. Who else? Anybody else? Sunny. I haven't seen yet. For Yamada. Hang on. Sunny. Hang on. Hi. You want to show me your drawing now? Yeah, just show me your drawing. Okay, you got 3 points done. Very good. The second one.
Another one I couldn't join because I have to cook for
Okay.
dinner.
Okay. Bye bye. Thank you. Anybody else not shown yet? Anybody else not shown?
Me, Joanna.
Joanna, where are you?
Jo Chia.
Jo Chia. I cannot see you. Wait. I can't see you. Oh. Jo Chia. Okay.
Yeah.
Jo Chia. Okay. Now everybody. Okay. You got it. Okay. Your 3 points is good.
And the second one, I'm a little bit trying to struggle.
Okay, I think your struggle is because you're missing the 3 points. Your x-axis and y-axis, some of them are not going to the point.
Okay.
Yeah, there are only 3 points you need to point your line set. Okay, the other one is maybe. Show me your stuff. Maybe. Wow, she gone wireframe on me. Okay, I can see you got it right. Okay. Yeah, your vanishing point outside your paper. That's okay. Okay, but you're getting it right. The second piece. Second piece. Okay. Wow. I think you got it. Yep. You understand perspective. All you need is more practice. That's all. And I'm looking for Dipali. Hang on, Vipali. Vipali, okay, I'm looking at you now. Okay, you're a bit too close. Okay, we got it. Okay, I think, okay, you got it. Your perspective lines are fine. Okay, second piece. Okay, all right. I think you understand the fundamentals of perspective. All you need to do is maybe learn to do detailing, you know. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That's a whole gang for today. The others are, I think there are 40 of you guys, but I think more than half is actually not on camera. But regardless, I think this has been a very good learning experience for all of you. I hope you enjoy it. If you like, you can sign up again for next week. I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet. Okay, let me think. There are a lot of things, final things that you can be actually looking at. For those who likes to do maybe figure drawing, that'd be nice. Yeah, but I may talk about perspective as it applies to figure drawing. That one will be quite challenging, but it's fun actually. All right. Okay, if you care to, I don't. Okay, we are out of time right now. I will share some of my urban sketching drawing on Facebook. I think you know where to go. You go to Instagram, Kulit Baru. Instagram, Kulit Baru. You can see all my urban sketching. All right.
Stan, can I make a suggestion? Because this is Eileen here. Sorry.
Yes, Eileen. Yes.
Yeah. Because your lessons have been very good, and I love all the reference picture that you posted.
Yes.
So is it possible that maybe we can try to take a reference picture and try to apply the perspectives we have learned? That means by really literally trying to reproduce maybe an actual picture together, something like that. Like, you know, take a reference picture, but we now try to apply perspectives. If it's possible.
I think you can, you can give it a try, because you basically learn all this by application. All right. We learn through applying. That's all. And sometimes we make mistakes. It's okay. So without further ado, thanks very much for joining us. I hope to see you again next week. I will be posting information on Facebook, so check it out, please. All right.
Thank you so much, Stan. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, very welcome.
See you next week.
See you next week. Okay.
Thanks, Stan. Thank
bye
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you guys. See you guys. Bye bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Stan. You've been very generous in your sharing.
It's nice. I mean, I hope you all learned something. And after MCO is over, you all can go out into the streets and sketch. Okay? Hey, I tell you, it's very nice. It's a very good experience for you guys, because right now you're all locked indoors. And once you learn all the basics, I think fundamentals is a lot easier. But if you're out, but the thing is, like I said, when you're out on the streets, you get to learn from a lot more people.
Sure.
Yeah. On the street, you see people drawing, you learn. When you online, sometimes because you don't really see close up, yeah, it's a little bit different. But I think it is a new tool that we can all try to apply and use for. I call this a learning process, and all of us are learning every day, and it's good. I mean, whether you're learning how to use the software, whether you're learning how to draw, it's something good. It's better than sitting at home and doing nothing. Okay.
Right, right.
I'll see you guys next week.
Will you be conducting like sessions on caricature?
Caricature, I suppose I can, or I may get somebody else to do it. Yeah, I got somebody else who can do better caricature. Yeah, but I do caricature. I do all kinds of things. Yeah. Okay, but we'll see. Okay. Next week then, just watch out for for the information on Brush Up.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later. It's good to...
Someone said, someone asked in chat if you could share some of your urban sketches.
Urban Sketcher, if you can go to facebook.com, yeah? Facebook.com Urban Sketcher. You just search for that.
Okay.
Urban Sketcher, and there is also Urban Sketcher. They call it Kuala Lumpur Urban Sketcher for all those who are in Kuala Lumpur. And in London, there's Urban Sketcher. In LA, there's Urban Sketcher. I think in most parts of most cities in the world, all you got to do is just look for the main group is called Urban Sketcher. Yeah?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you've actually picked up something valuable and useful. All right.
Can you put the other picture and hold it there so that we can take a screenshot? Yeah.
I have a question about practicing perspective. How do you go about that? Because right now it's like we're using blocks and all that. But let's say we want to practice any further. Do we like take pictures from Google and practice it, or do we
for the time being, because of the lockdown, taking or working from picture, well, it's a feasible way to do it. I mean, there's no issues with that. The Urban Sketcher group basically has got a manifesto that dictates that all the drawings that you do should be live on the streets. There's a reason for that, because when you're on the street, you see things in 3D. Yeah?
Right.
As opposed to looking at the photograph, which is actually 2D. And the advantage of joining groups like that sometimes is today you're here online, okay, and you are with company, but your company is like, my God, thousands of miles away. The interaction online is definitely very, very different from life.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I suggest you do is look out for Urban Sketcher. Then they have subgroups that will basically link you back to the local Urban Sketcher groups. In Malaysia alone, for instance, yeah, there's Kuala Lumpur Urban Sketcher, there's Penang Urban Sketcher, there is Ipoh Urban Sketcher, there's Sarawak Urban Sketcher, there's so many. So in every major town or city, there'll be a chapter. And like I said, when you're in a group like that, the good thing is you're sketching next to somebody who is sketching. The people who join the group, they are very diverse. They come from all walks of life, okay? And you meet all kinds of people. Some are beginners, some are very, very good artists, some are architects, some are experts at building, some are very good at people. I'm very good at people. So you learn different things from different people. So the concept behind Urban Sketcher is good in the sense that it gets artists together. It's a very informal kind of thing. What they will do is they'll post on their Facebook, okay, coming week, we're going to meet here. You want to come, you just show yourself, that's all. There's no entrance fee, there's no barcode, there's no nothing, no password. You just go there. Yeah? I hope you've all enjoyed yourself. Please, when you post, hashtag Brush Up My Perspective. And when you can, you can check out the next event at Facebook, yeah? brushup.ca. Okay, the reason for the CA is simply because we started this when I was in Toronto. Okay.
Okay.
So we have, any more questions?
No.
Okay, thunder and lightning. So when you go back, please drive safely. Oops, I forget, you don't drive, you're already home.
I just want to say thank you so much. I'm a beginner.
Okay.
Yeah, I've learned so much from you. Yeah.
I hope so, because I think today is a learning experience for everybody. It's not just the perspective. I think we are learning how to navigate in the virtual world. Like it or not.
Thank you, Uncle Stan, for teaching perspective.
Thank you. You're very welcome. What's your name, girl?
Isabel.
Isabel, you're very welcome. I'm so happy you have joined us. The thing to realize is that the people who join us, yeah, even in the Urban Sketcher group, there's no age limit. You know, there's no age limit, and you learn, like I say, you learn different things, and different people who have different perspective on what to do, how to do. And like I said, the learning never stops. Even on online communities like this, we're all learning. Yeah, and we are going back to a totally new normal. I think the blue screen is acting up, so I'm disappearing.
Into space.
Disappearing into space.